Alrighty, let's get started. Apply the filters. We'll do easy today, and we want to do the ones that we haven't solved. Alright, and now we pick a random one. Let's increase visibility for folks. Okay, let's start. Problem number 1. Goat Latin. You are given a string that consists of words separated by spaces. Each word consists of lowercase and uppercase letters only. We would like to convert this sentence to Goat Latin, a made-up language similar to Pig Latin. Rules for Goat Latin are as follows. If a word begins with a vowel, append ma to the end of the word. So apple becomes apple-ma. If a word begins with a consonant that is not a vowel, remove the first letter and append it to the end and then add ma. So goat, G is the first letter, it is not a vowel, so you take G, append it at the end, make it ma. Add one letter A to the end of each word per its word index in the sentence starting with 1. For example, the first word A gets A added to the end, the second word gets double A added to the end, and so on. Written the final sentence represents the conversion from sentence to Goat Latin. Interesting. Okay, I speak Goat Latin. So it starts with a vowel, so you add ma and you also add one A at the end. Speak, so S is a, what do you say, is a consonant, so you do peak and S comes here, and then you add ma and then you add two A's. Then it's a third word, goat, so OAT, G, ma and three A's, like that. Okay, how are we gonna do it? Do we convert it into a array of strings first? It's a single sentence. Are there new lines and things like that you want to know? Sentence consists of letters and spaces only. Sentence with no leading or trailing spaces. All the words in a sentence are separated by a single space. So it's the clarity is there. It's not some tricky sentence with new line characters or tabs and whatnot. So we do let's do this. Let's make a final string result, but you don't know how much is the size of it, right? You don't know the size of it. That's true. So do we make a list of strings or something like this? Let's start with that, I guess. So there's a string buffer. I haven't used them for a while. Let's take the opportunity to read about string buffer and string builder. Let's use string builder. String builder recipe equals to new string builder. Just to see if this works or not. I mean, it will fail, but just to see if the, yeah, okay, it works. Compiles is what we meant. Okay, and so now for each character C in sentence array, yeah, we're going through each character. And we want to see if this character is a vowel or not. So one thing is, if it's a space, that means we have to do something. And what we have to do is we have to either add ma, or we have to add, so the word count is another thing. So you do this. Word number equals to 1. This is the first word. You want to add, first of all, you want to add MA, right? So you append this, and then you do how many number times A, and consonant bit handling has to be there, so this is there. And another thing is, if there is a space, that means you also have to add a space. And another thing I want to call out is when I end here, right, for the last word, okay, another thing I need to do is now for the last word I have to repeat this exercise. Okay, and then I will be returning this, which is also fine. I wouldn't need this. I'll have to handle a consonant. That's okay. You need to identify the start of a new word, and I think you can do that. No, you want to do that here only. So you always start with a new word. So if it's a space, what does that mean? Well, if it's a space, what it means is you're also gonna set, for the next word, you're also gonna set start of word equals to true. And now if it's not a space, then if it's either it's the start of word or it's not a start of word, but in both the cases the further character is not a start of word. Well, I mean, if you're coming here, then it's already not. Well, no, not necessary, because yeah, if it's a start of word, only then. If otherwise, yeah, fair. So you don't need to set it here. Okay, if it's not a start of word, you do. Well, you do this. You just append the character. Okay. Otherwise, it's the first letter. There are two things you gotta do. Which is if it's a consonant, now I know there must be a better way, like a library function, but we'll use this for now. A E I. Please just be lowercase, bro. Uppercase as well. Okay. So if it's a vowel, then what do you do if it's a vowel? Well, append MA to the end of the word. Then nothing, right? Then you just do it's not a vowel, then you don't append it. That's the first thing. But if you don't append it, then you save it. So you do two things now. Okay, so you do this, else. But you don't append it. And now this is what you have to do. I mean, okay. It's taking too much time and I'm not liking it, but it's what it is. Let's run it. Hi Sanket. Let's see what happened. Amma Pixma Oat GM 4 is at in LM. Okay, an extra space is the problem. The extra space at the end is the problem in the first one, and I guess the extra space in the second one is also the problem. So that's the only problem. In extra space is the problem. So it's because of this. Okay, and run again. It's accepted and we submit. And it's accepted. Alright, we move on to the second problem now. Halves are alike. That's the name of the second problem. This is problem number 2. Okay. You're given a string S of even length. Split this string into two halves of equal lengths and let A be the first half and B be the second half. When there is one string, is somebody here? Nobody here. Okay. You're given a string S of even length. Split the string into two halves of equal lengths and let A be the first half and B be the second half. The two strings are alike if they have the same number of vowels. This vowel, no, let's first find out a simple thing. Java character class Java docs is, if there is, I'm sure there is a function that tells you if it's a vowel or not. Just want to use that now. Okay, don't see it. Java docs character is vowel. Let's see if there is something that exists. There is no built-in. Fine, then we skip it and we come back to our problem. We are given a string as a given length with a string. Okay, the two strings are like if there is a same number of vowels. Notice that S contains uppercase and lowercase characters. Return true if A and B are alike. Otherwise, it's a very easy problem. Let's not even discuss it. Yeah. Is it size or is it length? It might be this. Let's check if the compilation works. It does work. Okay, so we want to do is let's write quickly a helper function. I wish I could have copied it from the previous code, but okay. EIO U U. Alright, so this is a vowel. What I do is looking at the both half and see the number of vowels. Okay, so first and foremost, if it's not even, I mean, I don't know, it's probably is, but ignore that. Now for equals to 0, I is less than. So for example, if it's a string of size 4 by 2 is 2, so 0 1, so I is less than n by 2, I plus plus. We're gonna do this, and we're also gonna do I equals to n by 2, I is less than n, I plus plus. Okay, and left side equals to 0 and right side equals to 0, and we're gonna return if left side equals to right size. So what we're gonna do, char c equals to s dot caret I if is vowel c left size plus plus. We're going to do the same for the right side. Alrighty, and we run the code. You get a compilation error. Let's quickly fix it. NIE class dot class line number 9. Let's go to line number 9. What is the problem? Problemato. It's not if, it's for, and the same thing here. Let's run. Compilation error again. The camel case is like this. Too many compilation errors this time. Bad execution. Bad number 22. What is this? Rise, bro. It's not rise, it's size. Size. Okay. And again. And submit. Alright, quickly moving on to problem number 3. This is problem number 3. Oh my god, we have to defuse a bomb now. You have a bomb to defuse and your time is running out. Your informer will provide you with a circular array code of length n and a key. Okay, doc. If k equals okay, to decrypt the code you must replace every number. All the numbers are replaced simultaneously. If k greater than 0, replace the ith number with the sum of the next k numbers. If k is less than 0, replace the ith number with the sum of the previous k numbers. If k equals to 0, replace the ith number with 0. As the code is circular, the next element of code n minus 1 is code 0, and the previous element of code 0 is code n minus 1. Given the circular array code and the integer key, return the decrypted code to defuse the bomb. Man, what the heck? So we are given an array and a k where if k is greater than 0, replace the ith number with the sum of the next k numbers. Got it? And if k is negative, replace the ith number with the sum of the previous k numbers. Okay, that also is fair. And if k is 0, replace the ith number with 0. What is I? What is I? Replace every number with 0? Maybe. Okay. Let's see. If k is 0, yeah, became every number 0. That's great. If k is 3, replace this with the sum of the next 3 numbers. 7 plus 1, 8 plus 4, 12. This sum of the next 3 numbers. 1 plus 4 plus 5. What is the biggest value of k? K can be from n minus 1 to n plus 1. Okay. Now I don't want to make it quadratic is the thing. Like for every number I don't want to do n times. That should be clear. So whatever the k is, whatever k is, we should have a cumulative sum already, and it can be in the left side, it could be in the right side, but we should have it ready. So let's look at if k is positive. So that means the first number will be replaced by some of the next these numbers. Yeah, I think let's do whatever that k is. So you got that sum array of and they should be populated in linear time. I don't want to do it in quadratic, that's my only thing. I'm trying to solve this problem in linear time. So whatever the k size is, go.length now okay, if k is positive, I want the sum of the first k numbers starting from this towards the right side, towards the left side. If I just replace every element with the sum of k numbers starting from this number, okay, then I have this, then this. This means some array of I means sum of k elements starting from this, but in the left side or in the right side. That's what you want to figure out, whether it has to be in the left side or it has to be in the right side. Okay, if k is greater than 0, it has to be in the right side. Right, so the first, so now what you're going to do is some array, its size of k. So if it's size of k, you do window size of k, so you get the sum of first k elements. So you get the sum, right? You do get it. Now what you gotta do is the first k elements sum we have. So the sum array of 0 equals to sum. Another thing, you can't do this. You have to do I percent I equals 0 is in k plus plus, yeah, which is fine. Okay, I mean it will never be that, but you can still always, for a safety perspective, do a percentile n. No harm in that, so that you have circular thing. The very first time you wouldn't need it, that's clear to me. Now for int I equals to 1, I is less than equals to n dot n minus 1, I plus plus. These now I have to calculate. So I have the sum of the so subarray is starting from 0. Now for 1, what do I have to do? For 1, I have to subtract the previous value. So sum array of I equals to sum array of I minus 1, जो भी ये था. इसमें हमें ऐड करना है. I think you do want like left and a right, yes. So you do L equals to 0, R equals to 0, I guess, and then here you would have R equals to, I mean, ignore all this nonsense. You can do this, L equals to 0, R equals to k minus 1. So for this you can also do, if I mean this also, L equals to 1 and L will go till n minus 1, L plus plus. So sum array of L जो है, that will be whatever we had till for the last. Now we have to add code of R plus 1. Percentile n. Yeah, This is the case. Now you gotta do both L plus plus and R plus plus. Well, then don't keep it like this if you're doing it here. So now you get this sum array, right? Right. Now we'll do the same thing, but in the left side if k is less than 0. If k is less than 0, give us some other number, you know, absolute k. The value. Now here sum array will represent sum of element and starting from it, but in the left side, not on the right side. That's the only difference. Yeah. So just copy this thing, the entire thing. Tick 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 tick. And do this, and now let's modify it. So now you're doing this sum. You start from I equals to 0, and then where do you go till? This is the right thing only. You're looking at first k elements, so 0 till k, but you don't do it's getting tricky and tricky. You are doing increment, now you will do decrement. Okay, so I equals to 0, then you will go I equals to -1, and you'll do till k. So equals 0, I less than if let's say if the number was if k equals to 1, then what you would have done is I equals to 0, I is greater than -1, right? So I is greater than actually the k value. So 0, and because -1 is not good, so I greater than k, I minus minus. This is perfect. Now what you're gonna do is if it would have been 2, for example, then you would say I is less than I is greater than -2, so you will go 0 and -1, right? Yeah. So now your left side, okay, now in this case your left side is changing, so your right side is